My son had just moved out into his first home, a quiet little place in a peaceful neighborhood, not too fancy but perfect for someone starting fresh. He was excited, nervous, and just wanted to enjoy his independence. Everything seemed great for the first few days. Then she showed up. Karen, middle-aged, tight bun, sunglasses, even when it wasn't sunny. She showed up at his door with a binder full of rules and a smile that didn't reach her eyes. "Hi, I'm the head of the HOA. Welcome to the neighborhood. I just need you to sign these documents and pay your initial $300 dues." My son, totally confused, asked, "Wait, I didn't know there was an HOA here. It wasn't listed when I bought the place." She waved him off. "We're newly organized. The board voted to include the whole street. It's mandatory now." He didn't know what to say. He was new to all this, so he just took the papers and said he'd read them. When he called me later that day, I told him something wasn't right. I double-checked his deed and contract. It clearly said no HOA. I told him not to sign a thing. The next day, Karen returned. This time she wasn't smiling. "I noticed you haven't returned your forms. You're already out of compliance." He stayed calm and said, "My property isn't part of the HOA. Legally, I don't have to sign anything." Karen got pushy. "You live on our street. That makes you part of our community. If you refuse, there will be consequences." He didn't back down. He told her again, "I won't be signing anything." Now here, where things get wild. A few hours later, 2 police officers showed up at his door. "Sir, we received a complaint from the HOA leader that you're being hostile and refusing to follow neighborhood regulations." My son was stunned. He was respectful but firm. "Officers, there is no legal HOA on my deed. I've done nothing wrong." They asked for ID and he complied. Then, right as things were getting tense, my wife showed up. We had driven over after he called us, just in case things escalated. My wife, calm as ever, walked up and greeted the officers politely. Then she reached into her purse and pulled out her federal badge. "Good evening, officers. I'm with federal law enforcement. I'd like to review what this so-called HOA president is accusing my son of." The look on Karen's face when she saw that badge. Priceless. She turned pale. She tried to stammer something about neighborhood unity and community enforcement, but it was too late. One of the officers gave my wife a respectful nod, looked back at Karen and said, "Ma'am, unless you have legal documentation proving this house falls under your HOA's jurisdiction, we suggest you stop harassing this homeowner." Karen mumbled something and walked away quickly, disappearing behind her closed door. That was the last time she ever spoke to my son. We later found out she tried to start an HOA to gain control over the neighborhood, but most people hadn't agreed to join. She was just pretending it was mandatory, and no one had called her out until now. Let this be a lesson. Just because someone acts like they have authority doesn't mean they do. And never mess with someone's family, especially when someone in that family carries a federal badge.